Hey guys, Bowie here, and this is 7.18's new technology, the Necronomicon Sniper. As always, this is a game I found while casting. In fact, casting games made fighting interesting replays way easier than before. If you're interested on crazy high MMR pub games like this one, drop by my stream, same time, same place, every day. So Sniper received a couple of buffs in the last patches, but they are not the most straightforward ones. One of the most iconic buffs is the 25% cooldown reduction talent at level 10. That might seem very underwhelming to you, especially in a hero like Sniper, but hear me out. If you check the other heroes, this talent is actually amazing. Batrider has 15% level 20, Darkseer 20% level 15, Enigma 15% level 15. No one gets even close to the effectiveness of this talent at level 10, but well, if you get that talent and you build Sanjinyasha, you'll definitely feel underwhelming. What do you build though? Well, in this game there's a lot of gap close, Monkey King, Ember, even Enigma to some extent. You could build Force Staff, but it doesn't help you farm and you're still a core. You might want to rush your Hurricane Pike, but in this game, PieLieDie, you know, the title is very clear, he goes for the Necronomicon. This is the only mana regen item that somehow works well on Sniper. It can dispel the Jingle Mastery on Monkey King, the Flame Guard on Ember, and because of your cooldown reduction talent, it will be up 90% of the time. So I hope you're ready to get your mind blown. I won't really talk much about the lane stage, and I want to show you how PieLieDie uses this item. So first of all, he times the first Necro purchase with his level 10 talent, and while the Necro one is not the greatest item ever, it allows him to farm ancients even though he had a rough laning stage. Most of the item is composed by small pieces that you could buy even when you die, and you might be laughing right now. I was laughing as well when I cast the game. You might not believe this, but your overall DPS with the Necro units is higher with those items than if you had a Maelstrom. Obviously with the damage talent things change a little bit, but the fact remains. Necrophos is an item that stops the aggression from those gap closers, gives you mana regen, gives you map control, and gives you a lot. We will get to that. As this fight ends, you can see that Pie already has Necro again, and the Ember even mocks the Mad Scientist. Thanks to the Necro units, you also walk around the map faster, and one thing that we will see later is the fact that the Necro units act as vision for you. In nighttime fights or crazy fights, the Purge Low not only allows you to keep attacking people for longer, if you don't have Shrapnel, the vision from the Necros allow you to attack in ways you cannot do with any other item while also not overcommitting too much. The game really starts when he gets his Necro 3 though, so let's talk about it. In this meta where map control and deep wards is so ingrained, the Necro 3 allows Sniper to not only farm and dispel people, but to be sure he's safe. As he pops the first one, he already finds a sentry, forces a glyph, a TP, dispels the flame guard, which completely dissuades Ember from jumping him, and also gives him a tower. Radiant engages, but Pie has backup. Another great thing about the item, especially in the early game, is even if you're stunned, your babies can still attack, meaning that Enigma gets completely zoned out, and since Ember has no flame guard, he doesn't have the burst to kill Sniper here. They also deward the mid lane, they win the fight, but not only that. Thanks to his babies, he can dispel the lion, and that's a kill to his center after all. They fought for so long, and the cooldown on the Necronomicon is now 16 seconds. He's almost full mana, and even though he committed ults, Necros, Shrapnels, he is ready to fight again. And since the cooldown reduction reduces the charge time on Shrapnel, he can use it here, shoving the lane, allowing him to farm safe. He can also address the lane with the Necros while he gets bounties, and this is another thing that Snipers struggle with. Against that much gap close, showing in lane is actually dangerous, but the Necros can help you with that, giving you more flexibility and safety. Another great thing about Necro is that it allows you to farm the enemy jungle. PieLieDie brings the Necros here, knowing that he's out of vision. He gets a deward, burning through even more sentries. If a support shows up, as long as he has decent distance between the Necros, he can keep attacking during the purge duration, zoning everyone out, and he gets another reward. And this is what's crazy about it. This is nighttime as well. If he was farming there without the cover and vision from units, even if there were no wards from the enemy team, he could possibly just bump into someone, but with the Necros, they are the ward. They offer you that safety. As he goes back to his side of the map, the Necros help Dire secure the tier 2 top, while he can defend his own tower. When Ember shows up, he needs to hide until he has Necronomicon again, but that's just a measly 10 seconds. He makes sure to check for wards in that area again. He farms Eidolons and even steals farm just because he has vision from the Necros, covering the area between him and the enemies, and he just keeps repeating the same patterns, farming the Radiant Ancients even at nighttime. A normal sniper would never be able to do that, unless this game was a wash, which is not the case. This is a fairly even game to the end. The Necros clear waves that he wouldn't be comfortable showing without having to burn shrapnels, and the cooldown on Book is again 10 seconds. It gets to a point where Radiant are full of Pie's shit and decide to play aggressive. Pay attention how cold and calculated this beautiful man is. As his HP shrinks, he buys the Boots of Travel recipe, but then he realizes that Radiant is willing to commit Black Hole for the kill. So he sells the recipe knowing that his buyback will be meaningful. They are fighting in the mid-tier 1 after all. He instantly buys back, and that's a triple kill even though his Necros are dead, showing that you can still deal pretty decent damage even if you skip the talents. You can also roach quite nicely with the Necronomicon later, but the Monkey King was paying attention, so they are forced to get out. His next item of choice is Travels. Not only being fast with Sniper really helps in getting in and out of range to attack the enemies, the cooldown reduction and Travels are an amazing fit together. And we'll see some late game situations where it pays off nicely. The Necros are very versatile, as Pie TPs to the bottom lane to push it out, Enigma shows up, and the Necro by themselves with Center showing up forces a BKB. Not only that, PieLieDie waits until the Enigma BKB wears off to send his red Necro to certain demise to secure a kill onto the Enigma. Something that also works nicely versus Monkey King and Ember. He gets a salve as the fight unfolds. Regions outside of the Wukong's command, but he ends up dying. As late game approaches, Pie can use his Necros to scout Roshan, and he plays it quite next level. He sends them from the high ground, making sure to see if there are wards there. When he spots Lion, he can shrapnel the area, making life super hard for the support, and they take this fight since there's no Black Hole. They kill Ember, the true side on the Necro spot the Invis Enigma, and at the end of the day, they secure Roshan for free. Another significant part of Necro is sieging. They are great at it, and Dire lacks a little bit, so that's nice. Necros are super versatile, especially when you almost have no cooldown on them. It pushes waves, giving you safety while you farm your jungle. You can TP to them when you buy back since you have travels. And in this game, I really like his other item options. Hurricane Pike is a great item versus gap closers, and it's also an item with a cooldown. The cooldown reduction might allow you to use it twice in a fight, and the attack range is obviously great. The game starts to get pretty intense. As Pike clears a shrine with his Necros, a fight begins. But Radiant didn't know about Centaur X. The Black Hole is not nearly enough damage because of it, and thanks to the travels, not only they can turn it around, the Necros finish the job as he goes for it. This is one fight that showcases what I talked about having vision of targets. As Pie sees enemies stop, he pops the Necros to check for wards or invisible units as he closes the gap. Thanks to the Necro units, he doesn't need to go up and walk through the Wukong's command, or use another shrapnel to chase the Naga. He actually used the shrapnel, but you can see that he gets the kill before even getting the vision or damage from it. As soon as that happens, you can see that the Ember takes 800 less will damage because of his Searing Chains, which was probably exactly what they needed for the kill before he fired Remnants away. That forces a buyback, and this is probably the beginning of the end. This build is not super flashy, you're not dealing epic damage or critting for 9,000 damage, but it works very well versus those heroes, and in theory, it could become a thing. The way Pie uses the Necronomicons is also quite smart. When the lower MMR player split pushes, he sends the Necros towards one tower and he TPs to another place. The thing is, people react to the most imminent danger. Your Necros might chip at the tower a little bit, but they will be killed probably very fast. Pie though draws attention towards that tower and then he uses the Necros somewhere else. This means that he gets farmed from that wave, most likely doesn't lose the Necros since people will defend bottom, and he can farm jungle as that happens. In fact, this time he farms a shrine. Not only that, only because of the cooldown reduction he has travels to react to what happens a couple of seconds afterwards. Well, he did react, I didn't promise it was going to be pretty. But anyways, Pie's last items were MKB and BKB. While he skipped both of the DPS talents, they still won the game, showing that damage is not everything in this meta of super mobile cores. Being able to actually stand and fight or farm feeling safe is very important. Thanks to the true side of Necro, Dire knows that they are safe before joining the pit, and they get Aegis from Run. Radiant actually took a great fight. It starts here, looking great for Pie's team. Lion dies instantly, Naga is munched down until this happens. But since Dire had the Aegis and Pie buys back, they managed to turn it around, and here's where the cooldown reduction pays big dividends. Although Enigma doesn't have double black hole anymore, he has level 25, and those Eidolons, especially with Helm of the Dominator, hit like trucks. Since his travels are super fast, not only he can go back and defend his base while Dire pushes mid, he can also defend top as well and later join his team. The game kinda ends around this time, and if you find someone playing this in your pubs, make sure to follow me on Twitter and be mean to me. If you want to watch me play or cast Dota, Twitch is the place to go. Instagram is where I share some personal stuff, video spoilers, and some food stuff. And if you want to talk with people that care about Dota and you're a crispy boy, make sure to join our Discord channel. By the way, guys, I'm actually doing something real fun. A lot of people started asking for the drunk 1k MMR casts again. So what I'm gonna do is join our Discord channel. There's gonna be a channel where you can specifically drop your 1k MMR replays. And this Sunday, we're gonna do it.